Two boys, one podcast. Two boys, one podcast. Your movie connection. When it's time for reflecting, we make fun of each other, then do film reviews. Winner or loser, is this movie right for you? Nope, it sucks. Don't press your luck. You better listen to us. Two boys, one podcast.
Welcome, everyone, to One Ghoul, One Ghost, and the Spirit of Nick. Back, even though the spirit is his spirit here. Zeke,
I hear it. I hear it there. I hear his spirit.
yeah, we're having a séance. Nick is not with us today.
He's not. We lost him to the ghouls.
We sure did. Are you happy being a ghoul this year? Last year I called you a ghost and you said you were a ghoul. Are you still a ghoul?
Oh, this year I was feeling like a ghost. No, you know what? This year I'm a goblin. This year I'm a goblin.
So let me redo the intro there. Welcome everyone to One Ghost, One Goblin, and the Spirit of Nick. I'm first. I'm a ghost.
That makes sense. And then is the spirit of Nick, does it fare as well as the spirit of St. Louis?
Yeah, better, even better.
He's a legend in his own time. I can appreciate that.
Sure
Way to go, Nick.
Nick could not be with us this evening, but he said to go ahead with the pod casting, and he is with us in spirit, but he's not an actual spirit because those. I mean, do those exist?
Yeah, that's why they can't have nice things.
Because they're spirits.
Because they're spirits.
But what about spirit stuff like a Spirit Jaguar car?
Like the airline?
I'm not familiar with the airline, but yeah, sure. Oh, Spirit Airlines. I was thinking Jaguar Airlines, and I thought, I don't know about them.
If there was a Jaguar airline, I bet they'd be real fancy. I'd fly it. I'd fly it for fun.
They'd go.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Well, everyone, welcome to our special Halloween episode of Two Boys, One Podcast, plus one other fellow. But we're
Who's
only
not here?
He unfortunately, due to unforeseen circumstances, he's not here. Anyways, hi guys, it's Halloween time.
Yeah, this is actually, I didn't write down the day that we actually recorded our first unaired pilot. But I think this is our first official anniversary of something that's tangible. Like this is the second Halloween that we've recorded.
Oh my gosh. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. I'll eat a Kit Kat in your honor.
That's good. I don't like chocolate, so eat it all.
I'll lick the chocolate off and I'll send you the what is it, a wafer? Yeah, chocolate wafer.
Tell you what, break it into its pieces, and then do not give me a break. I do not want.
No breaks. No breaks will be given.
Do not give me a break. I don't want the right, left. I know that's Twix. Just eat it. I don't.
So the breaks will go out with the fucks, and we'll be fresh out of both.
That's gosh darn right.
All right, I can get on board with that.
Okay.
That's awesome.
What are you up to this Halloween? Before we get into it, we'll hop in. We're doing 5 movies. They're great. They're the best you ever seen. Everyone says so.
Everybody says. Rob says
Believe
so.
Us. Zeke says so. Nick would say so if he was here. Oh yeah, I just got a text from him. He says, "Yep, that's the truth." So.
Yeah, he's listening live. That's right. He's on the live stream. He's on the live spirit stream. Which is it's nice of him to pay attention.
We have him here via seance. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
So this, like a quick rundown for the holidays. Yeah. We get 5 films, completely unrelated. This isn't our normal. You have to connect them in any way, shape, or form. No actors are related. And
Each of us
Rob gets to pick 5.
So each of us on our own holiday gets to pick 5 movies. So Halloween's mine. Zeke will get to pick 5, just any 5 movies he wants that are Christmas action related, which I think is a little tougher than Halloween. I mean, a horror movie? Come on. Easy.
Yeah, you got a lot to choose from. Mine are getting sparse. I think after next Christmas, I think I might have to start taking submissions. Like, please let me know what you think I should be watching. Yeah.
Especially if we have to do ones that we've never seen, but we could probably nix. We could probably nix that.
I think we should hang on to it as long as we can. I mean, you've seen them.
That's true.
Like you've seen these before, haven't you, or no?
Oh yeah, but the other one of us not seeing it is what.
Oh yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's right. That's right.
We can talk about that another time.
We'll talk about that off air. We'll catch up off air.
Okay. Yeah. What are you doing for Halloween?
Usually, I go over to the fan of the show, Supreme Dingus's.
Supreme Dingus. Hey, Supreme Dingus. How are you, man?
Yeah. And he puts on like a horror, like a haunted yard. And we've been doing that
Scares for the chillins.
4 out of the last 5 years. Yeah.
Yep.
Or maybe 5 out of the last 6. Maybe I've missed more than one. But this year we're not doing it. So it's pretty quiet. I think because he's probably doing it without me. He's just telling me he's not doing it, so I don't come.
Well, maybe it's probably a big trick. He's going to say, "Hey Zeke, I'm not doing it this year, but come on over to the house, and then you're going to get there, and he's going to dressed up in a scarecrow on the front lawn, and then jumps down on you."
So I usually get treats when I go over there. This year I'm probably getting tricked. Yeah.
Well, it's about time. It's about damn time. You got that trick.
Yeah. What about you? What are you doing?
Trick or treat, you son of a bitch.
Trick or treat, you son of a bitch. It's one of my favorite lines all time. And I've never actually seen the whole film.
No, I haven't either. Yeah. I just know you like the line.
I love that line.
What I'm doing for Halloween, pretty exciting. I'm getting my car out of the shop. I'm getting a U-Haul trailer, and then I'm going to watch some horror movies.
In the trailer?
Yep. That's the whole reason I'm getting it.
It's like a portable theater right there.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. And then it's all echoey. I mean, great acoustics.
Oh, the best. I bet it is. Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah.
Yep. No, you're gonna love it.
I'll start a little fire.
Turn the volume up. You're gonna get a shake back and forth a little bit.
I'll get to hear every line several times due to echoes.
You should have it memorized. There's no excuse for you not having it memorized when you're done.
Okay, I'll memorize.
Take it easy. Just call me up and be like, verbatim. Here you go, from the top.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, of course, I'm going to watch. That's going to be my penultimate.
For sure.
For me. Anyways.
Well, I mean, that is for anybody who hasn't seen it, please tune into last year's Halloween special before you watch it. It is a good movie. We always encourage you to watch along. So last year's Halloween, it was included.
Does Supreme Dingus, does he watch along?
No, he does not. He comments on every one of our posts.
I know he does.
But no.
I wonder if there's anyone that does. If you're out there and you watch along, reach out to us on Facebook. We're 2 Boys 1 Podcast or something. YouTube as well.
Like just comment like I watch along. That's all you got. We just want to know. Yeah.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say no one does.
I'm gonna second that. I'm gonna say that nobody watches.
Prove us wrong. Yeah. America.
Just once.
Come
on. Nice to be wrong. Yeah. That's awesome. Cool. So are you going to get dressed up and watch your horror films?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to dress up as you. That's my plan.
Oh, smart. Cousin Pants. When we did the Bone Jangles premiere.
Yeah, Cousin Pants. Yeah.
4 years ago, he dressed up as me for the premiere.
4 years ago?
4 years ago.
Has it been? Oh my God.
Yeah, and that was Halloween night, so it's legitimately for the anniversary of 4 years ago.
Oh, wow.
He got a hold of Sam and had him grab a handful of clothes from my room.
Clothes, yeah. Put on some facial hair.
Yep.
Hey,
it's pretty good.
Cousin Pants, nice work. I approve. Yeah, I did the same thing. I did the same thing Sam sent me. Some of that stuff smart. You were throwing away from your move. So.
Yeah. Actually, I usually only have one costume. I think I've unless I'm with a date, I have one go-to that I think belongs to Josh.
Yeah.
It's his Reaper costume.
Oh yeah,
from when I shot your music video.
Yeah.
I've just kept it.
Yeah, I know you. Well, I'm sure he's okay with it.
Yeah, I'm sure at this point.
Shout out to
he's gonna
JJ,
have to be
hey,
because it's got all of my sweat in the mask.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's gonna be worth money someday. Ring that out, put it in vials.
I think that
eBay.
has been featured in more projects than just my actual face.
Yeah, I can
Pretty
think
close.
Boy, half a dozen at least.
Yeah, well, I did the music video with you. It was the mascot for the film festival at State for the SDSU Fest, and then I was interviewed in costume by Mike Appletoft for his final project as a documentary on why I wore it running around campus.
Sure.
So just those for sure, and then I think there was another.
Well, I guess I was including promotion, like your promotion.
Oh yeah. I wore it for a lot lot of promotional stuff for the festival.
I guess that's
it. And then the T-shirts all had a little Grim Reaper on them. So.
That's true. I didn't realize that's neat.
Isn't it?
Isn't it neat?
Wouldn't it be nice if I would wear it?
Grim Reaper. Not really. If you're gonna sing a song, make it a Halloween song.
Oh well, Jason and I. Supreme Dingus and I would
get it right.
I got it right. Would he had a similar one, and we'd run around campus on Halloween and just scare the bejesus out of people.
Nice work. I wish I knew where I was.
Yeah, I don't think you were there yet. You went to Madison first, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so I don't think that you were. You weren't with us at the time.
I didn't realize you guys met first year. Holy cow!
I don't know that it was first. It would have been my
it would have been your it would have been your second year.
Yeah, I think it was my sophomore year because he was a year ahead of me.
Yeah, well, Supreme Dingus, I've known him longer, so.
Back off, Barbie.
Yeah, he's my friend. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry, Jason.
But I got to apologize. I spent 10 days secluded in a foreign back country and did not subscribe everyone to our podcast.
We don't have a bunch of Italian
no, we don't,
subscribers.
We don't. I had meant to do it. I thought it crossed my mind.
Well, what are you going to do? You look at their phone. It doesn't say YouTube. It says, you know.
Yeah, I didn't know. There are too many play buttons to choose from.
Great Italian.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it sounded authentic. I swore you growing up there.
Pizza pie. There we go. Cool.
It's a me.
Did you do anything creepy?
I guess
did you see some skeletons? There's lots of skeletons in Europe.
So I actually got there after my sister, who was running the film festival. She went through the catacombs with a priest actually.
Cool.
So she was able to see it. I was not able to see that part of it. But I hear it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm sure. I hear it's real neat. There's a horror movie about the Paris catacombs.
Is there? What's it
called? As above, so below.
Oh, how old's that?
5 years maybe.
Interesting.
Was it good? Found footage. There were a couple of real genuinely creepy parts, but overall pretty average.
Okay.
If not subpar.
Yeah, Sam was there. My brother was there earlier this year, and he really liked it.
Cool. Yeah.
Which is, I was surprised by that because he doesn't typically like the skeletons.
Skeletons.
Usually falls my way. Yeah.
Neat.
What can you do?
Not much.
Except keep stacking them up.
Stacking them up. We got another dead body. Put them. Give them the Beatles. Give them the Beatles. I wonder how they do that. How do they get the humans together? I mean, do they just bury them for a long time, or do they put the Beatles on them, or do they?
It's got to be the insects.
Hydrogen peroxide works well, but that's a lot of hydrogen peroxide.
Well, I don't think they had that back then, did they?
They might have.
So,
little H.
My answer probably would have been different a few years ago, but I used to play a lot of disc golf, and
Frost,
with Dusty, and I threw one of my discs went under the tree, just the big pine tree.
Yeah.
And I crawled under there to get it, and there was a blackbird that had been picked clean by ants.
Cool.
It was a perfect little bird skeleton and just a puff of feathers around it. I'd never seen anything like it, and it couldn't have taken them long. I mean, it was the middle of the summer. So after that, I don't know how long it would take.
Yeah, I know about a week with hydrogen peroxide does the trick for a beaver skeleton, but
I heard that acid works really well.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. Works well for a lot of things, I think.
Well, how do they do the big game mounts? Is it with hydrogen peroxide?
I mean, there's no bones.
Were they bleach
I don't think
them?
they don't have any. Are you big game mounts? I could be wrong. Maybe they do have the skull in there. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, like the big
They do have the
big
skull?
game they have the
Yeah, I know what you're
skull
talking
on
about.
it. It's
I
like
know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I don't know.
Witchcraft, probably.
Probably that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think it was
they send them to the cauldron house.
They're all warlocks. I've been watching American Horror Story. Yeah, that's it. That show is so ridiculous and pretty stupid, really.
I've
That's
never
what I
seen
have
an
to say.
episode of it.
Yeah, I don't.
But I don't. I appreciate the guy's success, but I've never been a huge fan of his shows, like Nip Tuck, Glee, American Horror Story.
Glee, he's a Glee guy. Oy.
Yeah.
Ugh. Well,
I know that I'm in the minority of people who appreciate.
No,
his
I am
work,
too. If you're an American Horror Story fan, I'm sorry, but I just don't. It's not for me. And you think I'd love it, but they're just like, hey, it's a season about witches. Here's a zombie. Here's a werewolf. Here's actually the New Orleans Axeman.
Oh yeah, I forgot that he was in that for a little bit.
Anyways,
I know a little bit about him.
I know you do.
I know you know I do.
You got into. I know you know. I know. You know. Critical error.
Technical malfunction.
Please reboot. Okay, I'm back. All right, jeez. That was a little much for me.
Oh, you got there.
You did.
The mouthful.
Well, Zeke, our air balloon it's out of the jet stream already.
We missed our jet stream. So
Yeah.
I was actually just gonna say, do you want to introduce?
Let's dive right in. Oh,
Dive right in.
what?
Do you want to
Introduce
introduce the films as we go? Like
That's how we did
Why
it
you
last year, but
Yeah.
we could tell people so they
let's
know.
just do that. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Go ahead.
What are you saying? Yeah, you
so
just
that-
keep saying yeah. Which one?
Yeah. Yeah. Just like that.
Okay. All right. I'm on board, man. That sounds good, baby.
You had me at hello. You had me at boo.
Okay.
Trick or treat, you son of a bitch.
Trick or treat, you son of a bitch. Okay, so we'll go by how you watched them, the order you watched them in.
Okay. The first one that I watched was Videodrome.
Very good. A movie by famous Canadian director. His name's David Cronenberg.
David Cronenberg. Yep.
I couldn't think of it for a second. Starring James Wood, and that's the only person I recognized.
Debbie Harris. Was
Good old Deb. Good old Debbie.
Yeah.
She's not in enough stuff.
No, I had to look her up because it seemed like a weird role
Yeah.
for her, for somebody like that to be in. And I guess she was a Playboy centerfold at some point in her life.
That would make sense. I can see that.
Which I don't know that she did much after this name, like with a,
No,
with a
I
title that you'd
definitely
recognize.
You know, a lot of times in the horror movies, you'll notice somebody's like, oh, hey, that's that gal from whatever, but I've never caught her. Do you have the synopsis pulled up, sir?
I can switch over to it right now.
I just got it.
Okay, nice. You go right ahead.
When he acquires a different kind of show for his station, a sleazy cable TV programmer begins to see his life and the future of media spin out of control in a terrifying new reality.
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet. What's yours?
It's a
You want me to
movie
do
about
it?
a guy who doesn't know if he's hallucinating or experiencing reality, who runs a TV station but doesn't do anything other than watch VHS tapes and hit on radio hosts, and then it ends in a fashion that you're not sure what you watched was in his head or was actually the story.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Yeah. So there's this cable guy, and he's pirating. Works for a small TV station, and he pirates.
He works for Civic TV.
I have that shirt,
The one
actually.
you take to bed with you.
The one you take to bed with you. That their graphic. I have that. I have a shirt. You probably never seen me wear it, but I have it.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah.
Now I'll understand it when I see it.
Yeah, it doesn't fit very well, but next time I see you, I'll be wearing it.
Sounds good. I was really hoping that I could wear one of these films as a T-shirt while we recorded tonight. I looked around a little bit, but I couldn't find one.
I blew it.
Yeah.
Oh well. Anyways, he pirates this pirate signal that he pirated because he's pirating things, and it's called Videodrome, and the signal itself transforms people in interesting ways.
Yeah, I don't understand what parts of the film actually happened and what parts didn't.
Right. Well, I don't think we're supposed to.
Yeah. I mean, I liked it. It was the special effect, not the helmet that he wore was great.
Pretty cool,
that thing.
Yeah, yep.
The way that they did the tube TVs where they were interactive and the VHS, or I guess they were beta tape. This film brought us back to beta tapes, which you and I know. You and I have experience with beta.
I had that written down.
It made me cringe a little bit, but it was there. I appreciated it. I liked the special effects on it. They were the practical effects. They were good. They were well done. I don't know that I liked James Woods in it, but I liked...
Really? Huh. I thought he was really, as Nick would say, brilliant. I thought he was a brilliant cast, but okay, fair enough. How come? Why didn't you like him?
I don't know. I mean, he's like a softcore porn producer.
Yep.
And when he's sitting across the table from his manager, which... I didn't quite understand that relationship. The older woman who said, "You're too old for me anyway," and then hit on the waiter.
I think she was a prospective client. She wanted to put that Greek show on Civic TV.
Yeah. But when she said, "Why don't you just make your own? There's no production costs," and then rather than pirate somebody else's show, he scoffed at it, and that seemed like a really good fix-off because he literally had a girlfriend who was literally going to leave him to go audition for this show. It seemed weird that he just blew it off, I guess, and that's not necessarily his acting on it. It's just a weird character flaw. I don't know. I don't know who I would have preferred to see in the role. I guess I've never been huge on James Woods, and
I mean I can agree with that. Yeah, I guess I would have to agree with you. Maybe that it's maybe just the character itself was strange. I can't think of somebody different in that role that would do as good of a job. But I've seen it so many times, and it's such a favorite that it's kind of it'd be like, hey, why don't you get a new? Well, I mean, it's not quite the same as hey, why don't you have a new mom?
Yeah, I think I'm probably wrong on it because the movie would have been significantly different if he hadn't been a part of it because the ending was his idea.
Oh, I didn't know that. Interesting. Yes.
Give
me the details.
I guess the written ending was where I don't know if it was going to be him, but somebody was going to come up through the bathtub with a TV on their head, and they were doing all this tech to try and figure out how to do it without electrocuting the actor.
Yeah.
Like Groundhog Day, and then
they were having logistical
right, and they were having logistical problems with it. So then I guess the ending that you see in the film was his idea.
3 crew were killed by.
Come to Nikki, Rob. Max.
No.
So I don't understand that part of it. Like if spoiler alert, his girlfriend dies. But I don't understand.
Or did she even
ever
exist?
really? Yeah, was she ever real? I don't understand that part of it.
No, I've always.
I mean, she was real enough to be on the show with him, but I don't know but he had already seen the VHS tape before, or the beta tape before he went on the date with her. So then everything else after that could have been completely made up. But it seemed when I was reading the trivia, but when I was reading the trivia, I really thought that she'd be dead, like in real life, because it seemed like her character ended abruptly with no resolution. I was like, maybe something really happened, and they had to just deal with what they had.
Oh, I see.
But it didn't.
No.
So
she's alive and well. Good old...
Alive and well.
Whatever you said her name was.
So Videodrome is like a mind control pirate show that's basically just some very violent S&M.
It's like a snuff film.
Yeah. But it's not always like snuff. Like it's not always sexually rated snuff. People always die, but sometimes there's not necessarily sex involved. Sometimes there's...
I didn't realize snuff necessitated sex.
I think it goes hand in hand with it typically because it...
I thought it just meant somebody got killed.
I think it's only happened once, I think, officially, and then it just went into folklore after that. I don't know. I mean, he starts out watching this Samurai Dreams VHS for his softcore channel.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't see any of it, but
yeah, you had your hands over your eyes for the whole time.
I heard my ears.
I don't know. Yeah, well, that's great because it was a silent movie except for the music.
Boy.
It was a gem. But then somehow it just turns into him. Like he really wasn't a good guy or a bad guy. He was just somewhere in the middle, being used by everybody. And at the end of it, I still don't know who died and who lived.
Anti-hero.
Yeah. I guess like the reluctant anti-hero. Like he was never really.
Yeah.
It depicts him in the end like where he kind of fixes it, but at the same time, like you don't spend much time getting to know the bad guy.
Yeah.
Who's probably only in it for like 5 minutes. I don't know.
Barry Convex.
Yeah.
I like the names.
The name of Videodrome?
No, the names of characters, Barry Convex and...
Oh, yeah.
Oblivion, Dr. Oblivion, that's a little dumb, but I think it fits well enough.
Yeah.
I guess I just like Barry Convex.
Just give me Channel 83, Rob. Just give me Channel 83.
Nope. Sorry, can't do it.
Just give it to me.
No.
Just Death to Videodrome! Long live the new flesh. Which I don't understand.
Yeah, well... So everybody, this pirate signal, as I said, transforms people and it becomes tumors. It somehow catalyzes tumors inside the bodies. So, but like weird ones. We're talking, this is a body horror movie. Our protagonist gets a gun fused to his hand and his stomach becomes a... Were those VHSs? Yeah, they were VHS player.
It was a beta player.
It was a beta. Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell for sure.
No, I always get them. I mispronouncing it, but yeah.
I think that's what the new flesh is talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even think about the flesh that grows out of his like sleeve into his hand and.
So I think he kind of embraced the Videodrome and. I guess he was death to the video. So I guess he's long live the new flesh. He's taking the new flesh he got from Videodrome to destroy it. I guess that's it. I don't know. It's one of those movies you just.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way to rationalize it. It's just a weird 80s film, and the length is perfect. It comes in at like 84 minutes. It's perfect. Like you don't have to wonder where is this going.
Yeah. I wonder what you're gonna say about one of our other movies.
I don't know what you mean. No, I thought it was good. I like I said, I liked the practical effects. The acting was good in it. Like nobody was terrible. I liked some of the twists along the way where I was like, I didn't expect that. I guess.
Cool. Nothing too big, but yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I liked I mean, anytime they throw in a beta library, I'll pay attention.
That's an automatic one thumb up.
Yep. So I don't know. I appreciate it. I liked the scrambler.
Yeah, right.
I liked the references to the subterranean market.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
haven't talked about how I just I love the just sound of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's so perfectly. The sound engineering is just phenomenal. Just man, the music, the breathing of like. I honestly thought you were going to tell me I hated this movie except for the scene with the the face coming out of the TV. But
so where he puts his face into the TV, that where Nikki's lips are just on the tube.
Yep, but she's popping out a little bit.
Yeah, it was just I don't quite understand what they were trying to accomplish through Videodrome. Like not the movie, but the company within the film. Like
right.
it never says what they were going to use it for, other than like people turned into. I guess basically minions.
Yeah, right. You just have to assume they're trying to destroy the world or transform everyone.
But with that many people,
purposes.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like they had no end game. They had the world's crack pirate for video frequency, who ended up not being the crack pirate of video frequency. He was just playing a beta tape. I just, I guess Come to Nikki is all I can think of. Give me channel 83. Come to Nikki.
Long live the new flesh.
Long live the new flesh.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't have to. Did we do ratings last year? I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did.
So I didn't buy this one or rent this one. I was
borrowed it.
I was borrowed it by our friend and fellow podcaster Dominic.
Chaos Reigns, check it out.
Yeah. If I had rented it, I think it would have cost me
$3.99. $2.99.
We'll say $2.99 if it was available.
Yep.
I'd say I'd give it $2.
$2, pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And of course, sex or the
Now
saw.
it comes full circle.
I am going to give her sex. No surprise there. And we're talking. I don't even know what the maximum is for sex, but just awesome all around. Just whatever
just
to
full
you,
on snuff
whatever
film?
to you is the best. Something could have been a little bit better, just a touch.
Well, I'll call Debbie Harris and I'll say Rob gives you sex.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Rob says you get sex.
Works for me. She's probably getting up there in years, but that's okay. That's okay.
So I read a little bit of the bio on her page, and she said that if anybody could play her life story, it'd be Michelle Pfeiffer. And Michelle
Who's
Pfeiffer
probably older
said, well, I think they're pretty close to the same age.
Okay,
I think.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And Michelle said that growing up, she got asked a lot if she was Debbie Harris.
So now that you say it, I can see the resemblance. Huh.
Yeah. Well, I guess she dyed her hair for this movie. I guess she's usually a blonde.
Okay.
Because they made a reference to she dyed her famous blonde hair for this. So I bet she and Michelle look quite a bit alike for just on a day-to-day basis. But it was just funny that they both got asked if they were the other person.
They could play each other's biopics. That'd be neat. That'd be so neat.
They could release them on the same day.
I'd be even neater. And people would be like, Who's Debbie Harris? I don't know, but it's got Michelle Pfeiffer. Let's check it out.
Tell me more. Yeah.
Tell me more, people. That's right. Cut for time.
Yeah, so that's Videodrome.
Videodrome.
By David Cronenberg. Yep.
Coming in at about I don't know, somewhere in the 90s probably, maybe high 80s.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Check it out.
It's worth a watch. I don't know if it's worth a buy, but it's worth a watch.
It's worth a buy.
Depends on what you got to pay for it.
Well, I guess
I think if I would have had to buy it, they had it at the local shop, and it would have been $8. I'm
totally
not sure
worth
that
it.
I would.
You wouldn't do it, huh?
Yeah. I almost did it. If I hadn't, I had it in my hand to buy, and then I text Dom, and if he hadn't had it, I was going to buy it. But I think that a rental is much more applicable. But again, for the amount of films that we cover,
Oh, I was going to say.
It's more practical. Before
we move on, we should probably try to find Samurai Dreams to watch for the... I mean, we got to link it, of course.
We got to link it. We're going to be hard pressed to find either of those actresses.
Any of those movies those other shows that he's looking up, I think we should. Yeah. Hell, give us Videodrome. I don't mind a tumor.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
It'd be fine.
Samurai Dreams, sweet Samurai Dreams.
Come to me.
Come to Nikki.
There we go. Okay, what'd you watch next?
Right. Dead Alive was next.
Oh, baby, baby.
Oh, baby, baby. All right, hit me with the appropriate synopsis.
Yeah, hold on. Theme song first. Synopsis. A young man's mother is bitten by a Sumerian rat monkey. She gets sick and dies, at which time she comes back to life, killing and eating dogs, nurses, friends, and neighbors. This is Suspiria's. Oops. Oh, shit. Anyways. So there you go. Do you want me to read it again?
No, I got it. I was just reading some of my notes. So this movie is about your typical unlikely love story from two people who are relatively lonely or abused, I guess, and in need of companionship, and a Sumatran rat monkey, which looks like the devil.
Yeah, and he's not a very good-looking little thing, is he?
No. And they go on to, I guess, I'd like to think they live happily ever after, but not before mowing through most of a community.
That's the right
one. and killing 6 people. No. So they mowed through the community. They all came back to life. They mowed through them again.
Yep.
Yep. There's a kung fu priest.
I kick ass for the Lord.
Yeah.
So I love
it. Peter Jackson directed this. He has a cameo where he says, "I'll fetch the mop."
Yep.
He's the Undertaker's assistant. I liked it. I didn't realize that this was the bloodiest film ever made, and I believe it after seeing it now. And I truly hope that at the end of the film, that fire was real, because if I had worked on this film, I would not want to clean that shit up. That's got to be one of the most disgusting sets I've ever seen in my life.
I never thought about that, having to clean it up.
It looks like the goo on Ghostbusters 2 just spread all over everything. It was just a mess.
Yeah,
but I really like it.
Blood.
Yeah. I like the line of, your mom just ate my dog. Well, she didn't eat all of it. And he pulls the hair out of the mouth. I like that. I'm a New Zealand zoo official, and that monkey is going to Newtown.
Man.
Oh, and it started on Skull Island. Yeah. That's full circle because Peter Jackson, 20 years later or so, did King Kong.
That's interesting. So, what the heck?
Yeah.
He knew his own future.
Yep.
That's neat.
So I think that this film directly, it's definitely influenced a lot of other horror genre, sure. But I think it directly influenced Shaun of the Dead. It was funny.
Think so?
It was very good practical effects.
Yep.
It was the guy literally comes in with a lawnmower and takes out 100 people. It was a lot of fun.
It literally mows them down.
He literally mows them down. Welcome to Motown. Yeah. Yeah, I really liked the mower introduction, like where he's mowing the lawn to begin with.
Yeah, right. The foreshadowing.
There's a fun little mower shot that gives it some foreshadowing. You're like, I hope that comes back into play. And sure enough, it comes full circle.
You were thinking that, huh? You were thinking, boy, I hope we get to see that more again.
No, I didn't even think about it until later, but I did write down when he was mowing the lawn that there was a cool shot before it jams. And I was like, that's a weird thing to just throw in an amazing camera angle on a lawnmower where it doesn't mean anything.
Camera angle. Get out of here.
Yeah. But
Newtown.
I love the.
Don't go to Newtown.
You don't go to Newtown. They have kung fu priests there that kick ass for the Lord. And what is it like? Zigya, you've got the bite. I didn't quite understand that.
Yeah.
But.
Well, you got bit by the monkey, so they had to.
Yeah, and then they cut his arms off. They don't show him again, but I'm sure he's fine. Wherever he is, he'll be okay.
I mean, he's in a good convalescent home. They're in, maybe Christchurch. They didn't send him to Newtown. They knew that's not.
Well, he's certainly not an air traffic controller. That's all I know.
Hey, because of this, I know 2 towns in New Zealand now. Christchurch, Newtown.
Newtown. Don't go to Newtown.
That's neat.
Don't do it.
Don't. Go to Old Town.
No, and
go to Newtown. Don't go to Newtown.
And if you ever come across a Sumatran rat monkey, for God's sake, leave it alone and run away.
Kill it with your high heel before it bites you.
Yeah, that's important. Don't squash the brains out of the eyeballs. Don't let the teeth come through the heel and hit you in the heel. There were some weird things. I thought that it was transmitted by blood. I'm still not sure how it transmitted. There are some questions that I had, but
definitely, I think all of the above. I mean, it's not airborne. You get a bite, you get it. I guess if you die, or if you're killed by him in any way.
Well, the main girl, has the monkey's blood that's been bitten drip all over her leg, and she's fine. She's covered in blood through most of the third act. I don't know. I really did enjoy it. I mean, it's hard to avoid plot holes in a film like this. But I thoroughly enjoyed it though.
That's the joy.
I was misled by the cover. Like I really thought that everybody at the end of this film would be dead.
Well, what a lovely surprise for you.
It was a fun little surprise where they were able to walk off into the blood red sunset of the film. Yeah, I liked it.
So
Peter Jackson clearly had a handle on it. So.
Yep, I just want to hit a couple of high points. So we talked about the lawnmower, obviously, great. You got the kung fu priest, who kicks ass for the Lord, who later becomes a zombie, has sex with another zombie, and they have a zombie child that later.
In the same day.
In the same day, yep. Short gestation period for zombies, which our protagonist takes for a stroll in a carriage, and then he proceeds to go on he doesn't kill anybody, but he goes on a little rampage at the park, which I always get a kick out of. And
literally, he got a kick out of the baby as he kicked it.
Yeah, he did.
So that scene is Peter Jackson's favorite scene. And it was made possible because he brought the film in under budget and had money left over. And so that's what he did. That's nice. What he did with it.
Yeah, it is a little out of place. That's awesome. Good on him. That was a really nice. Huh.
And that is, to this day, he says, cool. I love that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. And finally, last but not least, a giant mother zombie. We're talking, she's got to be 3 stories tall. And she takes her son and she puts him back in her womb. Did she say, come to mama?
Come to mama. Yeah, she's got those zombie mother-bearing hips.
And it's just this giant puppet. Think like Pink Floyd, if you're familiar with that, like the professor kind of thing. She's just this giant, ridiculous thing. And then, how does he bust out of there? I've forgotten. Does he?
He uses that moon and star thing that the tarot cards signaled would be the sign that she would fall in love with this man that she would have normally not given time of day to. But at the end of this film, Peter Jackson, I wish that he would have run by at the end credits and be like, "I'll fetch the mop." That was just like this film had so many disgusting things that were like the PAs or the cleaning crew for this film must still to this day have nightmares over it. Just so much. I think like if you
hopefully they got some extra pay. Yeah,
I hope so. If you look this movie up, it is per liter like of blood used. It is the most gory film ever made.
That's interesting. I didn't realize there was some actual.
I don't know that they have a number, but they still
results
claim
to it. Yeah.
They know how much they used on set, and I think that's kind of the bar right now.
I'm not surprised.
No, it was bloody, but it was a lot of fun. I really like. I borrowed this one from Dominic as well.
Why didn't you just borrow them all?
I can see myself.
I know you were having some problems.
What's that?
Did he not have them all the movies this year?
He had 4 out of the 5 because the 5th one was chosen after I borrowed them from him.
Sure.
So
nice.
I borrowed this one from Dom, but I could see myself owning this one at some point.
Nice, very good.
I might go and repurchase it after Halloween when it gets put back on the bottom of things. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But I really like
call.
this one. This was just fun.
You know,
like
you
if I made this film, I would be happy that I made it.
You just don't let me talk. You know that?
What do you got to say?
Nothing. I don't have anything.
You know,
to
if
say.
I had made this film,
you would have been happy.
I would be happy that I made it.
Okay, I do. Great. Hey, can I ask you a question?
I don't know. Can you?
Sure. May I? If you'd made this movie, would you be happy with yourself?
It depends on. So reading the trivia for it, it says that they did not change a line of dialogue that was written.
Oh, I see.
So
that's a problem.
If that was still the case, like,
or even better,
yes, if that would be, I would be happy with that. Like if you went in knowing or being okay with the holes that were there and making it anyway, yeah, I would be happy that I made it.
Very good.
None of the films that I've been a part of that have had that where there haven't been any lines changed.
You said twice that you'd been happy if you made it, and then I ask you, and then you have to go off on a little thing. I mean,
well, just because that's an interesting bit of trivia. Yeah, I'm happy with it. There are some issues. Like I said, I had a few questions, but overall, I can't think of a
plot hole in it.
In the documentary, it's just all truth.
Yep.
Everybody's fine.
Goddamn right.
Yeah. No.
All right, Zeke. I'm going to tell you what I've been trying to say. You calm down.
Shoot.
You could have watched this last year. I just wanted.
I could have.
Yeah. You do remember,
but I didn't.
Okay.
I did.
Yeah.
I
think you chose Reanimator. I think he gave this. I gave you Reanimator or this, and you chose Reanimator.
Yeah.
Well, which was also a good choice. You would have gotten Reanimator this year. So, anyways, I just thought that was. I think
shortly before. Yeah, shortly. I can't remember why it was. I don't know if it was Reanimator, but shortly before Halloween last year, I'd been getting them confused because I thought that They Live was this movie.
Yeah, we've talked about that.
Yeah, so like I keep getting them. Yeah, I keep getting them confused. So now that I've seen them both all the way through, that shouldn't happen again. But no promises.
The Peter Jackson horror movies are just. Before he did Lord of the Rings, his movies are just nuts and so cool. I'm not saying Lord of the Rings are no good because obviously they're good, but man, just some cool stuff. And it's not all horror, but anyways.
How does this one measure up with his early stuff?
Probably the best, in my opinion.
Yeah. This is the one that I always hear about.
Yeah, of course. How about that runtime? What do you think about that?
It was a great runtime. It was a tight. Yeah.
Well, this is the one I was.
Oh no!
I know which one. Okay.
Yeah. No, I didn't have any issues with this.
2 hours. Okay, fair enough.
It didn't seem like it. It didn't seem like 2 hours.
It did it?
It really flows. It seems like by the time you're done with it, you don't realize how much time has passed because, and there is a shorter cut as well.
Oh really?
I think that there is a director's cut out there somewhere, but I don't remember which one I watched. But I remember at the end of it, I was like, that's longer than I thought it was, but it never felt like I needed to stop it and go do something else.
Sure. Well, cool. Good.
But no, it was fun.
To hear.
If I were to rent this for $2.99, I would. Well, like I said, I'm probably already going to buy it
so you'd pay
at some point down the road. So I would gladly pay $2.99 if I was going to rent this for the first time. No issues there. I can't give it 100%, but I recommend that.
Yeah.
I would say I'll say $2.75. I'll give it that just for the rating process, but it's worth it.
Okay. Sex or the Saw. I played it. I overshot you a little bit. Yeah, best sex you ever had. 100% for me.
That's 2 in a row.
No, well,
You just
no. The
just
last
really
one.
into
The last one was almost. There was something a little bit wanting. So
Okay.
okay, I'm gonna have to refine my rating method or go another way. So last one, let's say, was probably like 90, 95. This is 100.
100%.
Oh
So
yeah,
this
for
film,
sure.
This film has a lot of the same. I wish that the woman would have just gone, and she did eventually. She just went full, like, rat monkey ape shit on people, just destroying everybody, and I love that. And it's basically a horror version of John Wick in that aspect. Someone kills her dog, she goes ape shit.
Yep.
It's just a simple 1-2. I love it. Yeah, it's good.
I do have a couple of notes. Just one that I really want to say. 2.
Sure.
They slip on a banana peel. I can't remember who it was, but somebody slipped on a banana peel at some point. That was funny. And
It
also,
was one of the blonde guests.
yeah,
One who wanted more than a sausage to nibble on.
got a kick out of that. And just a public service announcement, I guess. Don't eat custard with your eyes shut. And you should watch the movie, and you'll know what we're talking about. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about, and definitely do not eat custard with your eyes shut.
Yeah, that's a big no-no. Oh, and instead of using another good one, instead of using all these syringes full of sedatives, he should be using an ether pocket. He could use an ether pocket on his suit.
Mm-hmm. Just in general, I mean, they clearly made him aloof from the beginning. So what, like the mistakes that he made while he was trying to survive were not a stretch because he was coddled and really didn't know how to survive on his own.
Right.
So those were like understandable. Where it was just like this poor man.
For once, you like a.
Yeah.
He made the right choices in the end, though. So I guess that's why you like him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And I
Right.
love that that he went, of his own fruition, came back with a lawnmower strapped to himself and just went to town on a room full of zombies.
Pretty badass. Pretty badass.
Yep. Pretty good. I'm surprised that, I know we've talked about it before with Evil Dead and on like the chainsaw influence, but I'm surprised that the lawnmower hasn't been used more as a weapon because of this film.
Yeah, that's a good call. I can't think of a one, to be honest.
It was changed, but if the script is out there, should Bone Jangles 2 have been made, there was a character that was going to come back that had been killed in the first one, and his torso was going to be fastened to a lawnmower, and he was just gonna, that's how he was going to move, was right around mowing bitches down.
Inspired.
But yeah, I think after seeing this, it's directly inspired.
Cool. Well, I know they have good influences, for sure.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Well, that wraps up 2.
Number 2
Next
down.
is Suspiria by Dario Argento.
Ooh, boy.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Looking for that old IMDb.
Look away. Look away. I got nothing but time on this one. You take your sweet time.
Look away. Look away. Then what is it? Look away.
Brave Sir Robin.
Fair enough. An American newcomer to a prestigious German ballet academy comes to realize that the school is a front for something sinister amid a series of grisly murders by famous Italian director Dario Argento.
And why is he famous? I guess it's not because of
He's
this.
super cool.
I have to hope.
He's cool.
Is he?
I think, I don't know what his most famous movie is definitely one of them. He had something to do with demons, but that wasn't really him. I don't know. I think he's just kind of iconic. His killing scenes are something in my mind that really sticks out. I've never seen it. I've seen it duplicated plenty. Yeah, I could be wrong. Maybe he's copying. I don't know. Zeke, I don't know. I don't know why he's so famous.
When I looked it up, this one was impossible to find. So if Dominic hadn't had it, I honestly don't. I think there's a bootleg of it on YouTube that I could have seen. I take that back.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, oh, sorry, what?
I was just gonna say, I don't know why it's at least cult-wise, it's a pretty popular movie. So I don't know why it would be so difficult to find.
Yeah, so usually when they do this, it's because they're gonna release it. And there was one this year, like a new remake with Dakota Johnson. But I never understand why they take things off the market. I mean, they did that with Tron because they were ashamed of it.
Yeah, I remember.
But it doesn't make sense, especially in an age like now where you can literally get anything, but it doesn't make any sense. And then they frown on you for piracy. I just don't get it.
Old habits die hard. I don't know.
But I don't know. When I saw this film cover, after you'd recommended it, I was like, it's either gonna be really, really, really good, or it's gonna fit right in between Sisters and Black Christmas. And
it was the latter, I assume. Huh?
Yeah, Dario Argento also had something to do with the song. And Dominic gave me like the Suspiria 25th anniversary, and then the third disc was the soundtrack. And I should have put the soundtrack in because I honestly think it's just one song that they play 19 times. There's 19 tracks, but they're all the same song. I don't understand it. There's a lot of this film that I don't understand. It seems to go on for days. I'm not sure they should classify it as a film. It should just be the mini-series that is Suspiria. I hope you have 10 hours, even though it's really only 2. It's like an hour 45.
What was the runtime on it? I'm looking.
I don't think it's 2 hours.
1 hour. It's only an hour and a half. It's
it just seems to drag on forever. But you're right. Lengthwise, actual lengthwise, it's not too bad. I don't know. It starts off with an American girl coming. Can someone get stabbed through a second-story window? Is actually like I don't. Is that? Can you do that? Can you have an arm break through a second-story window and stab you to death?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean,
it happened.
Do maggots rain down? There are things that
sometimes. On occasion.
Don't. I guess if you're building places, don't keep storage units full of wire. Like, just there are certain things. Like, it's a general vote. Don't do that. Bats are horrible little creatures.
Why are you able to suspend your disbelief on something like Dead Alive, and then Suspiria comes along, and you're all about, oh no, the plot makes no sense.
I think it's because in Dead Alive you start moving toward, like, this is an absurd story, and they embrace it. Like, she gets infected early. There's a rat from the beginning that you're like, that little bastard's not real. In Suspiria, you don't know until the third act that there are
more seriously.
Well, like in Suspiria, you don't know until the third act that there are witches involved at all. It's just weird. And it's not really about dance. Like, they're at this big, prestigious dance academy that's chock full of witches. I don't understand why, again, this is the second film in a row.
Witches.
Lousy witches. Yeah. I don't understand.
Lousy with them.
Yeah.
They're pretty good witches.
Well, they're probably better dancers than they are witches. I don't understand what, again, like the blind guy gets eaten by his own dog assistant. What do they call it? A helper dog? What do you
Seeing. No, I had it a second ago. Now I forgot. It's it's helper monkey dog.
Helper. It's a rat. It's a Sumatran rat monkey dog, and it turns into one. Like, I don't understand why did he have to die? Like, the dog bites somebody. They don't show it.
There's a low body count.
They just hated his pianist so much that he had to go, and they don't cut away from the school very often, but they cut away abruptly to him walking his dog home, or his dog walking him home, and then he's just eaten as if he's a werewolf, and then they cut back to the school. Like it didn't fit in anywhere.
So what?
There's a lot of it that I didn't understand, and then it turns out that there's like a coven. You're like, of course there is. What the hell else? Of course there's a coven. And then she goes, the little American dancer girl.
What else was it?
I had no idea what was going on in this film. The whole time I'm like, I don't know. Maybe we're going to have another killer in the attic that we don't ever meet. No, we meet her. She's a witch. She's like an ugly old invisible witch. And then the girl stabs her after she tries to bring back her best friend to life. And then she disappears because she stabs her with a little poker needle. I don't know. The dog thing threw me. The girls that were other dancers that were like trying to be friendly, and then they were trying to be bitchy, and they were trying to be friendly, and at the end they're just not there. It doesn't even show them die. I have no idea what happened to all of the other characters in this film other than the old bitchy witches.
They were sleeping.
They were sleeping in the Little Orphan Annie hall. Like
right.
they keep them like the saint corridor in the monastery. I don't know. I guess maybe they actually sleep like that. But they made a big deal about sleeping arrangements. They let her in. They didn't want her there, and then they're like, "We have to kill her." I didn't get it. But why was she even allowed to go there? I don't understand.
So they could kill her.
And then the one girl was stabbed through a window that had nothing to do with witchcraft, and then
they're witches. That was a witch knife.
But it wasn't even a sacrifice. It was just a weird thing. And then she was stabbed through a second-story window by a hairy arm that came in through the window.
Yeah, the hairy witch arm.
Yeah.
Zeke, you don't mess with witches.
I did like the opening, like where she was running and then she fell and tripped, and then the cord caught her and she was hanging. Yeah, no, I did like that. Yeah.
No, that's not what I thought you were going to say.
Oh, what do you think I was going to say?
I thought you were going to be like, I hated everything, but I love that scene where she was running towards the school and it's raining at the very beginning. And the school is reflected in the water, and you think it's the school, but then she steps in it and you see, oh my gosh, that was just a reflection.
That is a great shot. It is a great shot.
Yeah, it is.
If they would have just made it a short film, where when she gets to the door and the girl runs away, it cuts to credits, that's fine. That would have been great. But then the whole, like they cut back to just a great little French cinema, or Italian cinema. But then later they cut back to her remembering what the girl said at the door. And the girl at the door is the one who died first, right? She's the one that got stabbed through the window at another lodging.
To my recollection, that is correct, yes.
Where she's like, turn the blue iris, give my best to the coven. And she says, turn the blue iris. And that's how she finds the coven later. And I wish that it would have just cut straight to Ghostbusters 2, where Dan Aykroyd turns and says, give my best to the coven. Because I don't, like, there was no end game for them. They weren't trying to do anything specific.
Well,
she was just there.
Did you know it's part of a trilogy?
It is not.
It is.
It can't be. Like, what is it? Are you saying it's like Sisters, Suspiria, Black Christmas? Is that the trilogy that's a part of?
What?
Is it the wrong order but the same movies?
Yeah, you're right. No, it's called the.
Are they all Dario Argento, or are they?
Yeah, they are.
Weird?
So it's.
Yeah, okay.
It's called the Three Sisters trilogy, and they're just loosely associated. And I haven't seen the other two. I know Inferno is one of them, but the Three Sisters. So there's three, supreme witches. I don't know what else to call them. I guess that's an American Horror Story reference, but there's three sisters, and they're the big witches. And they're in 3 movies by Dario Argento. And this is the first one of them. Isn't that kind of fun? That's so neat. That's cool. This is
the first one?
It's groundbreaking.
It's not even the finale?
No, it's the first one.
Is it groundbreaking? They should call it The Tale of the Three Naps.
Yeah, I don't think you should watch any more Dario Argento movies. You're not going to be pleased.
Yeah, I think... I mean, I really thought that this would be more like Psycho.
Interesting.
And it wasn't. I honestly didn't care if she lived or died. I didn't hate her, but I didn't know anything about the first girl who died. Was honestly caught off guard by the coven. Did not understand what was going on.
Everyone was. What the heck? Witches?
I feel bad for the blind guy.
Witch.
Your father was a hamster and your mother smelt of elderberries.
I told them we are to get one.
Turn me into a newt. Well, I got better. See, I mean, why can't we have that? That seems like a Halloween film.
Already. Nope. Sorry. I can't.
What if there was just a movie on the killer rabbits? Is there a film just on the killer rabbits?
There's a movie called Night of the Lepus. I think we've actually.
I have it on my Kindle. Dominic reminded me of that. Yeah.
Next year. I wouldn't recommend it. Nope. Not gonna happen.
I mean, it's got to be better than this one. No.
Even you will agree.
No. Well, when I watch it,
pretty bad.
I can't believe this is part of a trilogy.
Well, it's like the other.
Watch all three of them.
It's like the other trilogy you hate, the trilogy of the mind or whatever the hell with the Brazil and.
Oh God, yeah, the
like,
dystopian trilogy.
It's like that. So it's not really a trilogy. In a strict sense, but they're linked by ideology, I guess.
They're linked through bad storytelling. Way to go,
do?
Dario.
Go suck an egg.
I would rather, if the option for me was to suck an egg for 2 hours or to watch this film for 90 minutes, I'd take the egg.
I think you're a fool.
Well, I mean, probably, but it would be.
Okay, so
I don't know if I hated it more because I saw it in the mix of these other films, or if I hated it because it was terrible.
So you hate the plot. I get. Shut up. Can you give it some like filmmaking kudos? I mean,
I like the cinematography. They took a stab at some effects. I don't know if they were special. I don't know how they did the special effect with the witch. The actress laying in the wire, that is impressive that she did that. That would be miserable.
Yep.
The scenes in the rain are fantastic.
Yes.
I wish that most of the film had taken place in the cab and they'd just been done with it. I loved the hanging scene at the beginning. Really, anything about this film that doesn't involve dialogue, I enjoyed that part. Anytime they try to drive the story forward, they start losing points pretty quick.
Fair enough.
And the dog, I don't understand the dog. Yeah, I don't get it why the dog had to be.
He was infected by a witch. He was a witch too.
It just seems like not only did the blind man have to die, who got to tell the witch off, but his dog killed him and then died too. Like the dog died, right? I don't quite understand that at all. And if you didn't, I don't know. Like it bothers me now even more that there are 3 of them somehow. It just
like I said.
And he didn't make any of them. And this is the one. This is supposed to be his big one, right?
I would say, yeah. One of the other 2 I've heard of, at least I'm aware of, and the third one, looking it up, it's not in the circles. Whatever,
Interesting.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't realize he was a famous Italian filmmaker.
Horror. I guess I should have said horror film.
Okay.
Film. Not.
Okay.
Oh yeah, geez, man, you ever seen Ellen Page, Jason Bateman? What's that movie? She's pregnant. She's a teen. What's that movie called?
Juno.
Yeah, Juno. They're watching him. They mention him in that movie even. Not the devil.
Jason Bateman's in that movie?
Yeah, isn't he the surrogate?
Michael Cera?
Yeah.
Or are we thinking of two different films? Michael Cera?
Jason Bateman from, crying out loud, from Smoking Aces. Smoking.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, is he not the? You got Jennifer, what's her face, and then her husband is Jason Bateman, is it not?
Oh, yeah, you could be right on that. I just remember J.K. Simmons, Michael Cera, Ellen Page, Rainn Wilson. Yeah, it makes sense that Jason Bateman would be in there.
Yeah.
Okay. And they're watching a Dario Argento movie?
No, they're watching a Herschel Gordon Lewis movie, and they say that Herschel Gordon Lewis is better than Dario Argento, which is trash. They're completely wrong, but it's just the writer of the film thinking that she was, I'm putting some pretty cool little dialogue nods to people. She's wrong. Herschel Gordon Lewis sucks. It's terrible.
You feel about him the way I now feel about Dario Argento.
Well, let me tell you, don't ever watch a Herschel Gordon Lewis movie. You will not be.
Well, don't
impressed.
Recommend him for Halloween next year, and
I
it shouldn't
might
be a problem.
I might. Depends on how Christmas pans out.
Probably will. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Wait, reserve judgment.
Yep.
Yep.
Certainly will.
Yep.
Okay.
I think I probably had expectations for this one similar to the ones I had for Black Christmas, and it let me down in the same way that Black Christmas did, where it's just like, fair. I don't understand how everything could be available except a script that functioned as a story.
So I heard somebody describe this movie once in a very interesting way. They said that in Italy, everything is kind of just a huge production, and maybe you can tell me since you've been there. So the point there being, like, even if there is a weak storyline, if the idea behind the movie isn't so good, it's made into a huge opera kind of thing. Like, and that's where I'm saying, like, the cinematography, the sound design are just really well made around a fairly shitty storyline, which I don't think.
Yeah, I guess I didn't think about it like that. Yeah, like a different cult. It wasn't made for an American audience,
right?
So,
I always thought that was a really good description of it.
Italy's a weird culture. Like,
weird place.
Time management isn't great. They run, like, I'm perpetually late. They're basically on my schedule on purpose.
Luckies.
They start drinking wine at 11 in the morning, and they don't eat dinner till 9, and they take a nap.
Oh, so they do a...
And they literally can't be bothered with anything else.
What do they call it, that little break?
We just called it a siesta, but I'm sure that's not what they call it in Italy. So
no, I'm sure. I
don't know. There was no drive to be busy. It was just... And everybody smoked. Everybody.
Huh. And drink espresso?
It's just yeah, they do, but the coffee there is trash.
How's the espresso?
They like it. Not great. Like everything.
Okay.
They put warm milk in everything. Like a latte is just warm, watered down milk. That's what it is.
Pretty good.
If you don't, if you're 90 in a rocking chair yelling at kids to get off your lawn,
I've got osteoporosis. Give me my third latte of the day.
It's probably what Dario Argento was saying for most of the making of this film. It's just bad milk.
Well, yeah, I think...
I don't know.
We struck on something there. I think it's just not made for American audiences. And
yeah.
I
did almost turn it off when there was a bat. I was like, nope, fuck this.
I didn't realize snakes and bats you don't like.
Mm-hmm. Don't like them. Don't want anything to do with them.
Chicago.
I guess do witches turn into bats? Was I supposed to pick up on the witches coming?
I'm not 100% sure on that. Possibly.
I just why I don't understand why the girls died at all. Like, it didn't. They weren't. The old woman was already. If she was dead and they're trying to bring her into a new form, sure. But she already had. She was invisible. She was already able to function.
Pretty good little witch.
Yeah, she'd seen some brighter days.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel having finished it, I feel like I missed something, like pivotal in the film,
Sure.
and evidently not. Where it was just like, girl goes to a dance academy, other girl dies, other girl whispers, "Turn the blue iris." Other girl is hunted, tries to kill her. Girl falls in the wire, dies, gets brought back to life by a witch. Said witch gets stabbed. All the other witches in the coven bleed out through their neck. And then the girl walks away as yet there's yet another building on fire. That's the theme. There are two themes this Halloween: dogs that are eaten, and buildings that burn down, probably for to avoid cleaning.
It's a good way to do it.
Yeah, it makes sense. I wouldn't want to clean up after all the dead witches were there either.
Who wants to clean up after a dead witch?
You can never trust a dead witch. You can never trust them.
Zeke, you ever heard this song before? Just curious. If you ever...
Is it written by the famed soundtrack composer Dario Argento?
Yeah, well, he had something to do with it anyways. I know that.
Is it called Suspiria tracks 1 through 19? Is that the title of the song?
Let's see. It says Goblin. Music dalla calama sonora originale del film. Oh. Something about an original film, huh? Look at that, I know Italian. Neat.
Just like that. It's really easy to pick up on. Grazie. Prego.
What do you...
Can you imagine writing that song though? Like while you're working on it? Like if you wrote that in your parents' basement in Canton, and you're just working on putting it together and you're just playing that on one hand. Yeah. How long do you think it would be before someone threw a cinder block at your head?
Probably not too long.
Yeah, like maybe 5 minutes before they're just like, get out. And then after that, that confrontation had to have happened at some point for Dario. And even after that, he said, I'm going to play this 19 times in this film. In this mini-series length film. That only lasts 90 minutes.
In my band days, when the band first started, two of the band members lived in a house with one other non-band member, roommate.
Mm-hmm. The Band-Aids.
Yeah, I don't know if he was a Band-Aid, but we'd practice in the basement, and if he was home, he'd often, after practices, because, we'd play the same song, 4 or 5 times trying to get it right, we'd come up and he'd be like, I think the third time is probably the way you should go. I got a kick out of that, so he reminded me.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I guess I didn't realize that Dario was a horror icon.
Yeah, he is. Big. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look him up. What else? What's he got? He's got Tenebrae. He's got Inferno. He's got others. There's others.
I can say that I've been back from Italy now for 3 days, and there were two. It was their 4 film festival, but there were 2 Italian film festivals that were going on at the time in Rome. Yep. And after seeing this, I was disappointed that I didn't stop and see one. But after seeing this, I feel like, maybe it was good that I didn't. I don't know.
Would have been interesting enough to see, to say the least.
It was close. I went the historical sightseer route instead, but I did want to see. I was hoping to be able to snag like a
opera
pamphlet to see what was playing.
Sure.
But wasn't able to do it. They also had a Peter Sellers
Dracula
special
3D.
For for the 10-day festival that was in Rome. They had Peter Sellers playing every night.
Huh, that's interesting.
So
haven't seen one of his films
in Rome, I guess. I just recently watched a couple of the original Pink Panthers, like Pink Panther 1.
I didn't really care for
Shot
those.
in the Dark. I liked 1 and 2 They're not something I'll watch over and over again, but yeah, I can appreciate it. He made some stinkers, but I liked those. I liked him I hated him in Casino Royale. I hated that movie. But he was also in Doctor Strangelove, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The titular Doctor Strangelove.
Yeah.
Mein Führer.
Yeah.
Mein Führer.
I didn't love the movie, but I enjoyed it.
Well, it's great as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's one of those things that I don't really have a problem with it. I just don't understand why it's heralded by everybody as like a huge feat of cinema triumph. I liked it. I just don't. Yeah. It's kind of like Citizen Kane in my head. I'm like, I don't need to hear how great it was.
Oh, the lighting.
I did like seeing him,
that lighting. Ugh.
I did like seeing that guy ride that bomb down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Led to Armageddon, and you love that movie.
Yeah, I'll watch it if it's on. I honestly will.
In a hotel room because it's always on, just like.
It is always on. Yeah. Checks out. So I don't know. I just had this conversation with somebody on like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I was like, I've seen it in parts, but I've never actually seen the whole thing. And it's always like.
You're nuts.
It's always like stars or.
I haven't had TV for forever. So.
Yeah.
The original.
And. I mean, again, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
All I ever see is like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I know it wasn't the second one, because I've seen that now.
Yeah.
But I don't know how many of them there are. But
I know we're not talking about Peter Sellers, but he's in that movie where he plays I can't remember exactly. Is he a mentally handicapped man? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Peter Sellers. Looking it up. It's really good.
Let's see if I can find it.
There it is. I found it already. Being There. That's a really good one. You might dig that.
I've never seen it.
Yeah.
And you didn't like it, or you're actually?
It's not quite my wheel. No, I did like it.
Huh.
A simple, sheltered gardener becomes an unlikely, trusted advisor to a powerful businessman and an insider in Washington politics. It's kind of misleading.
How far inside was he?
All the way, baby. Tip the stump.
He went deep in.
Tip the stump, baby. That's the tagline. Tip the stump.
Root and stem.
Leak. Sounds painful. Anyways, all right.
Doesn't sound great.
You borrowed it, but you spent $2.99. What are you rating this old thing we call Suspiria?
Yeah. Thank you, Dom. Even though I didn't enjoy it, I appreciate you lending it to me.
He's got good taste, this guy.
Dom,
sorry.
Yeah, you guys share a lot of the same tastes. I'm gonna say to rent for $2.99, based on those numbers, that I would give this a 50 cents.
50 cents. Oof.
75 cents. I'll make it 75 cents. I mean, there were some good parts, but
always walking over me.
Always.
Hey, is Rob trying to do something? I better say something. That's what
I'll give you a little bit of rope on that one.
Hey, thanks, man. Sex or the Saw, I'm gonna give it sex, and it's not gonna be as high as you think. I'm gonna give it probably Good Missionary. I'm gonna give her about 70.
70 cents?
Percent.
Oh, it's like, damn.
Nope, so that's going to bring her right around, let's see, you gave her 75 cents out of $2.99. That's about a third, so maybe 25% and 70%. I don't know, 40%? Oof. That's too bad.
That sounds right.
I think that's terribly low. And I'm not good at math anyways.
I mean, my numbers certainly don't help it, but I don't know. It was very well shot. I didn't really have a specific problem with any of the acting. I thought that the lead was really good. I thought that her friend was decent. but it all falls to the wayside because the story just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, well, nuts to you. At least you never have to hear this
And
again.
if you really like the song,
Give me that third
Rob is
disc. Give me
playing
that.
right
Give me
now,
that third disc.
you just play the
I'd
third
like that
disc
third
in the
disc.
collector's edition.
Give me that old
hit-
third.
It's just gonna be one track that's 90 minutes long.
I can't wait.
And you're gonna be fine.
I don't have that. I don't have that version, so I'm gonna have to borrow that.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. I'm
He's got
a
it.
big fan. Huge fan. Alrighty.
Rob's a huge fan of that one song. It's his favorite song.
It's like a Radiohead's. It's like Radiohead, that one song.
Yeah, it's Podcast Head. Yeah.
Hey, Nick.
Still there. All right. The next film.
I even know. I know what it is. I know this one. You watched In the Mouth of Madness next.
I did.
Oh my gosh.
I did watch that next. So the synopsis for that is: an insurance investigator begins discovering that the impact a horror writer's books have on his fans is more than supernatural.
Okay, so there's a horror writer. It's Sam Neill. It's Dr. Grant, and he's an insurance investigator, and there's like a Stephen, or more like an H.P. Lovecraft writer, and he's really famous and everyone wants his books. So, but he disappeared. So then the publisher, they hire him and they want him to go find him, and then he gets help from a girl from the company, and they go to this fictional town they thought was fictional from one of the guy's books, and then everything's crazy and nuts and nothing makes no sense no more. Yeah, so that's my synopsis.
Yeah, that sounds right. Has Charlton Heston, has Grandma from Happy Gilmore, has Vigo from Ghostbusters 2. It's a John Carpenter movie. Do you read Sutter Kane?
Yeah, I read Sutter Kane. I sure do. Do you?
Well, your reality is garbage. No.
Oh, how come?
I only publish this stuff. I don't actually read it. It's terrifying.
It's a good quote.
I mean I have to say that they wrote me this way.
Right.
It's kind of like a horror stranger than fiction, I guess, is the easiest way to put it. Do you ever see Stranger Than Fiction?
Yeah, I did. It's been a minute, but I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was this like based on a Stephen King story? I don't quite.
So, sure, we can get into it. So, Carpenter's a huge H.P. Lovecraft fan. You've heard me talk about him. We've talked about him a little bit on the show, on the podcast. So this was kind of his. There's a H.P. Lovecraft story called At the Mountains of Madness, so that's where the title comes from. But the thing was kind of, even though it's based off of Who Goes There, the short title. So I'm talking about The Thing now. The Thing is based off the book Who Goes There. It sort of parallels At the Mountains of Madness quite a little bit. The setting, the storyline, aliens. It's a little tenuous there. But he's just...
Have you read Who Goes There?
Yeah. I started it, but I didn't finish it. You had sent it to me, and I didn't read the whole thing.
Oh. Well, good. Don't read the whole thing.
Not so good?
Well, no,
Wait, is it Who's Go There? Was Who's Go There? Was that was this? That wasn't They Live, was it? They Live was something else. That was
no, it was The Thing. Yeah. The They Live was based on something else.
Something about a Sunday or something. Anyways, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I said right. But a lot of H.P. Lovecraft books just deal with insanity and what is reality. H.P. Lovecraft touches a lot more on what he likes to call elder gods, just like a race of supreme beings. And then this movie doesn't touch in on that, but it does just kind of touch in on like a bit of like I don't know if ingrained, that's not the word I'm looking for, but a deep lying fear people have of sanity and real. I guess it's kind of just psychological in that way. What'd you think? Why don't you just tell me that? I'm interested to know.
I think that it did a really good job of blurring that line between, because you, like, as the viewer, you feel like you have a handle on what's actually happening, and then you realize that you're just on the same page as Sam Neill and have no idea what's happening. And
yep,
they do a really good job of tying in the guy with the trench coat and the axe at the end of the film, where you're just like, damn, like I'm just on a merry-go-round at this point, and I don't know where to get off. I thought it was a good movie.
You liked it, or at least you thought it was good.
Yeah. I thought it was good. I didn't love it, but it was good. I don't know that I absolutely understood everything I was supposed to in it.
Well, I think you're not necessarily supposed to again. I think it's meant to be as nebulous as possible, honestly. I mean,
yeah,
that's the whole premise of the movie.
I mean,
so.
it was tough to... It kind of felt the same at times as Videodrome, where...
Yeah, yep, for sure.
Like, a lot of stuff was happening, but I didn't know how much of it was there for the perception to convince him that he was living in reality, or how much of it... Because there was... like, other people were suffering in the middle of it that weren't the pivotal character.
Right.
Like the guy at the hotel who's chained to the old woman. People who were just getting axed at the diner. I don't really know how they all figure into it, but it seemed like he was after... Like, Sam Neill's character was the protagonist in the book, if it was all happening within the book.
Yep.
But at the same time, there was really no alternative storyline. It was either this is all happening in the book, or he's legitimately crazy and we don't know why that happened. And then at the end, it like Charlton Heston's character said, you were here 3 months ago, and you gave me everything, and we don't know whether that's true or not. They don't show him delivering it. They don't show Charlton Heston having accepted it. They do have the transcript, which indicates that he's crazy.
Yep.
But everybody outside is also losing their minds, because the guy that plays Krang in Ninja Turtles 2, even though he was cut out of it,
well, he was the doctor,
is there to interview him. So it's just weird. Like, it's a weird movie that I don't know what happened in it.
No, I don't really either. I'd honestly only seen this one time. I just wanted to see it again, and I thought it'd be fun for us to see.
Yeah. No, it was a. I mean, you're much more proficient on John Carpenter's Rolodex than I am.
Sure. I'd say it's definitely
I don't know how it measures up, but.
Well, you've seen at least 2 of them. I mean, it's definitely a weaker edition. And I debated putting Prince of Darkness in instead of this, which I think is I'm not going to say it's better, per se.
Well, I'd asked you about Prince of Darkness, and you said you didn't like it. And then you recently just watched Salem's Lot, too, right?
Yeah, I sure did. That wasn't...
So how does, out of those 3, how does this measure up?
I think Toby he didn't do Salem's Lot, did he?
I thought he did.
I think Toby Hooper did it. Let's see.
Well, then I'm talking out of my ass then.
Salem's Lot. IMDb. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Toby Hooper.
No, that's my bad.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just in the section with him. I was under.
Well, I don't know. I would assume they're all friends, and who knows? He probably collaborated. I couldn't tell you exactly if that's true or what he would have done, but.
Thank you for calling bullshit on that one.
Yeah, sure. On our next regular episode, I got a real bullshit to call on you and Nick, by the way, just so you know. Coming up.
Can't wait.
Very good. So, yeah.
A year from now when we record it,
yeah.
I'll be sure to remind you.
I wish that wasn't so likely to be true. So, yeah, I don't have much more to say about this. It's definitely interesting. I do enjoy it. Not having seen it again. I remember liking it when I saw it before, and again, I just kind of took a chance on it. And I can't say that I was really, really that into it, to be honest. I probably liked it less than you did, to be honest. Too honest.
It was well put together. I liked seeing some recognizable faces, I guess. Like, I don't know what else Vigo has done.
Yeah, right. Scourge of Carpathia.
Yeah, he was the Scourge in this film too.
Mm-hmm.
It was a strange cast, I guess. And
Yep. You know what? Ask Dom. Let us know. What are we missing?
Yeah, I'm missing something. Like there's, I don't understand. Even at the end, when he walks out of the asylum,
the whole world gone to shit.
Yeah, everything's gone to shit. But the asylum, there's really nobody. There aren't a lot of like bodies laying around.
No, that's true.
There's just a lot of blood. So who's doing it? Like, they're not killing each other because there's no bodies there. There's no body left. I don't know.
No body left. I'm unsure myself. Excuse me.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm glad we put it into this mix.
Yeah, I am too. I'm happy to have seen it again, and I'll definitely watch it again at some point. I'm not going to run to see it by any means, but
yeah, I watched these films back to back.
Yeah, I did. What time of day was this one? It was about.
This one was about. Yeah, it was probably about 1:30.
Okay.
It wasn't. I kept thinking of Videodrome while I watched it, and I still, I just shake my head. I was like, I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what's going on. So, give my best to the coven.
Come to Nikki.
Come to Nikki. I actually have that circled. Come to Nikki.
Come to Nikki. Anyways, let's just rate this thing. What $2.99?
Based on the $2.99, because I borrowed this one from Dominic as well. I'm gonna give this one 95 cents.
95 cents. Here we go. I'm gonna play my thing. Don't talk, okay?
You got one choice, boy.
Okay.
I was waiting for it. Got me to talk over it too. Sex or the Saw, I will give it sex. Probably just like your first third base. So I'm talking like 65%. You gave it 99, but 50, 40. No, you get. I don't know. I can't do the math. It's something interesting. If you're into horror movies, check it out. Especially if you like Carpenter. Otherwise, you're probably fine not seeing it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm. This isn't one that I'll own.
No, not me either.
But it's one that I'm glad that I've seen. Anyway.
Glad that he's seen. Your voice cracked. He's glad he saw it.
Yes. Last one on my list for this year's Halloween is Killer Klowns from Outer Space, as you know.
I sure do. Dang it, I thought I had that queued up better. Here we go, hold on. Yeah! Woo! Okay. Killer Klowns from Outer Space. You got the synopsis?
I do. So aliens who look like clowns come from outer space and terrorize a small town.
Okay, here goes.
That's it.
Here goes. So there's these aliens, and they look like clowns, and then they come from outer space, and they terrorize a town. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. Pretty good synopsis.
So there's a bunch of
Pretty good.
there's a bunch of alien clowns, and they invade a small town. Their spaceship looks like a circus tent, and there's some local kids that go and investigate, and they discover that this spaceship is inhabited by alien clowns that proceed to go around and kill people in lots of circus-themed ways. And they're trying to stop it, and they got the help of a cop, and another cop hates them, and there you go.
Yeah. I think the moral of the story is don't go to the point and make babies.
That's right.
If there
Do
are
not
meteor
go to the
showers
point.
going on. Do not make out on a raft in the back of your car. Don't do it.
Looks like a pretty good little raft. A lot of pretty good little things.
I don't understand why they had a raft in the back of their
To be comfy.
sedan,
To be
but
comfy.
they did.
To be comfy while they're making babies. Excuse me.
Sure. Making babies. I liked the Ice Cream Brothers.
Yeah.
Ice cream, cool off while you screw.
It's good. What time of night did you watch, or what time of day did you watch this one?
This one I had to watch in 2 sections, but not because it was bad. I watched it from 1 to 2, and then I woke up at 4:30 and finished it.
2.
It's only 128 minutes, but
Couldn't do it.
I really liked it. No, I just couldn't do it. But it was good. I really, this one was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I loved the puppetry. Chris Titus was in it. I didn't realize that he was in there. It was fun to see him.
Who was he?
He was at the very beginning. He's walking across the street with two bags full of beer.
Oh,
and
that
the
was him.
grumpy
Yeah.
cop yells at him.
We're talking
then
about the
he's
guy
there-
from the TV show Titus?
Yep, that's him.
Oh, no shit.
And then he's in like one other scene, and then he gets eaten or zapped or
Turned
raid.
into cotton candy.
Yep. This one doesn't fare well for dogs either. Pooh Bear the dog.
Poor Pooh Bear.
At the very beginning, he does not. He gets a fishing net thrown over him and then gets turned into cotton candy.
I really hate dogs. This year, I said...
You're 3 for 5 on bad things, like real bad things happening to dogs. So,
What is the third one?
Dead Alive,
Oh, yeah, yep.
Suspiria, and Killer Klowns from Outer Space.
But that was...
Yep.
What dog? What dog dies in Dead Alive?
The girl's dog, the mom eats it. Hey, your mom ate my dog.
Oh,
Not all of it.
Jeez. Okay, sorry. It's been a long episode.
Been a long episode, especially if you're a dog.
Especially if you're a dog. Sorry to all you dogs out there.
But no, I really enjoyed this one. I expected this to be a train wreck.
Really? Yeah,
I did.
Sure.
I've never come across it before. Really just thought it was going to be an unwatchable piece of garbage. And this was a lot of fun. I love the
good
puppetry
surprise.
for the clowns. The writing was fun. The casting was fun. I guess the brothers were at the time were doing well in comedy in LA,
Yeah.
so they fed off each other really well. The actress in it was great. I thought it was a weird dynamic through the whole movie where the ex-boyfriend was with the current boyfriend.
Yeah.
And then everybody lives at the end, and then the boyfriend is on the other side, and the ex-boyfriend is kissing her on the head.
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah,
was
they
just
didn't quite establish what happened there.
yeah. It was interesting, but I thought that the acting was for especially the type of film that it was. I thought it was pretty strong.
I think it's
they
they all played
clean,
the parts well.
Like Yeah, it's not terrifying. I mean, there's no real
by no means.
blood. There's no nudity. There's no swearing.
There's almost.
It's just
nudity.
a good, clean film. There's what?
There's almost nudity.
There's almost. You get to see some bare feet.
Yeah, that's
I guess.
No. The lady that gets the pizzas delivered to her, she's wearing like a. You can almost anyway.
Oh sure, yeah. But it's not nudity.
No. You
But
can almost see.
yeah,
You can
I
almost
liked it.
see her feet. Is what I was gonna say.
You can almost see the feet.
Every single time.
I mean, and
Oh,
if you're a
yeah.
clown, and you're used to your ladies wearing big shoes,
Boy,
like
oh
bare
boy.
feet, man, that'll send you right over the moon.
Yay!
I absolutely loved the puppeteer scene with the grumpy cop in the sheriff's office, where he's talking and the clown like whips his hand out of his ass and like whips the blood off, and then he just crumples to the floor. I rewound that and watched it again.
Nice.
I laughed. I got a good laugh about that.
I think another good scene is, ooh, nice bike. Can I ride it? Mm-mm. Oh, can I honk the horn? Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wrecked your bike.
You done did my nose. Come to Nicky.
What are you going to do? Knock my block off? Punches his head right off. And then you got puppet or shadow puppets eating people. You got people being put in cotton candy. You got popcorn guns. You got people. Oh, your wife got taken away in a balloon. Your wife got taken away in a balloon.
Yeah, so I don't. I went back and watched some deleted scenes with the director's commentary, and I was hoping they'd talk about why things ended up the way that, like, everybody got put into cotton candy except the main girl. She got put into a yellow ball and was fine. Evidently, Debbie Stone didn't need to breathe oxygen.
You don't have a problem with that, though. It seems like a real plot. What?
So, like, this was kind of like Dead Alive, where they embraced the absurdity of the film and they just wore it. And I love films like that. Like, if you set out to make a cheesy film and you just wear it and you don't try to take it too seriously, like, I'm on board 100%. And these guys did it. Like,
they nailed it.
They crushed that part of it. Yeah, This was fantastic. Like, this was the epitome of a Halloween film. Like, I didn't expect much. I loved it. It's clowns, which haunted my dreams as a child, and I loved every second of it. It was just fun.
Awesome. Well, I'm really glad you got to witness it then.
Yeah. I mean, this one I bought. I went and bought this one at Last Stop, and it came with Spaceballs and then some other Bonanza and Space Odyssey thing that I'll never watch. But this one, I'm really happy that I had. Maybe
we'll get to it.
Maybe we will. We'll never find a way out, but we could probably get to it. This one though, like Killer Klowns from Outer Space, like, I was really happy to be wrong on this one. Like, this was just a lot of fun.
I'm very happy to hear it, man. Cool.
I don't think that many people in it, like the lead girl, didn't go on to do much.
Grumpy Cop, and the Ice Cream Brothers.
Grumpy Cop's done a lot.
Yeah. And the Ice Cream Brothers.
The Ice Cream Brothers were fun. Yeah.
Well, no, they've gone on. They do a lot of puppetry work. They're not actors, but they do a lot.
Oh, sure.
They did Critters and
then
some other things.
And then Titus, he had a
right. Funny.
I guess this movie draws a lot of parallels to The Blob, and I've never seen The Blob.
I just watched it for the first time again. I'd seen it as a kid and it scared the hell. Are we talking the 88 version, or are you talking the Steve McQueen?
Steve McQueen.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
I've never seen it either, but I don't know how much they differ. But I guess that this has a lot of the same components as that. They just took just like some similar plot on absurdities, simple, clean.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
a good film.
Cool.
I mean, I do want a popcorn cotton candy gun.
That'd be cool. Oh, I like how the clowns, that one clown, He's going around. All the people are in cotton candy cocoons, and he's feeling, is this one ripe? Nah, not this one. Is this one ripe? Nah. He's kind of squeezing them like he would a piece of fruit. And he finds that perfect one, takes out this giant silly straw, shoves it in, drinks the blood out.
Just sucks them dry like a clown mosquito playing Goldilocks.
Then he burps. Yeah. It's gold.
Yeah,
it's gold.
But it was like I mean, this was a perfect time for that film to come out too, because it was Henson-esque on what they did. It was 1988 when they made it. Like puppets were probably at the peak of their popularity, and they did a really good job on them. And the budget for this was $2 million, and they made the props for next to nothing. Like everybody on the crew just helped make these and run them, so they could spend the money on personnel.
Right.
So I gotta respect that. They did a really good job. It was fun to see this one.
There you go, Hollywood. Practical effects. It's the way to go.
Always the way to go.
Yep.
Practical effects made by people who actually show up.
Yep.
That's the key.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah,
cool.
I'm a fan.
I'm glad to hear it. Let's rate this old boy. We're getting pretty deep in the old.
Getting sparse. I spent $7.99 on this because it came in a pack.
Yep.
It's the only copy in town.
Good for you.
I would say just because the other films came with it, I'm gonna say that I spent $3 on it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
Like if
fair.
if I just split all of them, I would. So we'll just say $2.99, and I'll give it the same rating I gave Dead Alive. Like I'll give it $2.75 of the $2.99.
You got one choice, boy. Sex or the saw.
5 times in one episode. Boy, you guys were lucky. I'm gonna give it sex. All your
5 times in 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Holy cow!
Damn.
All your wildest dreams, they came true.
And they involved clowns.
That's right. So we're looking at like a 95, 96, 7, probably.
Yeah, well, where you put that red nose is entirely up to you.
It could be lower 90. I don't know. Yeah, I know where you should put it.
Well, ice cream, cool off while you screw.
I'm the great and powerful JoJo. Give me that mic.
Come to Nikki.
Cool.
Come to Nikki. Well, that wraps up year 2.
That is. Wow.
So I can't remember, like last year, did I like all of them last year?
Yeah, I think you did.
I think I did. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Good
you
job.
were pretty.
That's 10 wins. Well, 9 out of 10
9
wins.
out
I
of
did
10,
not
yeah.
care for Suspiria.
Hey, I'll take it.
Not too bad.
You're not batting as good for Christmas already, so.
Well, that's true.
You'll make it up this year.
I don't know that I can't catch up to 9 out of 10. However, the ones that we were most disappointed in last year, neither of us had seen, and we were both looking forward to.
That's true. That is true.
So
and they weren't absolutely terrible by any means. So maybe when it comes to Christmas, we'll see.
We'll see. I'm not holding my breath just because, like, Black Christmas was a huge letdown. That was sad. And I know I got a couple on the list already that are going to be at least that big of a gamble. So we'll see.
We'll see what happens. Reindeer Games. I'm just glad I don't have to watch that fucking thing again.
Oh, that's still on the list. You're going to be fine.
Hooray!
It's going to be there. You'll be just fine.
I can't wait.
Ben Affleck, Gary Sinise, Charlize Theron. Reindeer Games 2, 3, 4, 5. Every year there's going to be a Reindeer Games. It's going to be the same
throw
film,
them in
but
the
it's going to be like director's cut.
Throw them.
I'm gonna call all of them and be like, hey, I know you guys are busy with other things, but we need to do Reindeer Games 2. You're gonna thank me later.
Is there a 2?
No, there's not.
Thank God.
Not that I'm aware of anyway, but I'll have to look after this podcast wraps up.
That's good. You still have time.
I still have time. I got some time.
Look, I'm nice to you. Why don't you be nice to me?
You have. I'm not doing
easier
it malicious,
holiday.
but you
I've got an easier
you
holiday.
have a holiday that has
Well, at least I'm good at picking out movies for it.
That's true. You're doing a bang-up job.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Stop it.
I really thought I was doing us a favor with Black Christmas. I really did.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible. I'd say I liked it. I didn't love it, but I liked it.
I did not like it. I did not care for it.
Okay.
I know this year. I do know that we have one thriller and one horror on the Christmas list already. So
okay,
you got some options.
Your holiday.
Well, Silent Night, Deadly Night is on there.
Okay, all right. And, haven't seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
Why
it
are you
either,
telling you?
that's
That's a secret. Cut that out.
Well, now I'm giving you a sneak peek, a little
Silent
Halloween taste.
So you Halloween fans, stay tuned for Christmas because you're gonna get just a little bit more from us.
You got at least a 20% chance of finding a little bit of horror in your holiday.
Cool. Well, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. And of course.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad we got this one done.
Yeah, me too. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Happy Halloween, everyone.
Happy spookiversary.
Happy spooky.
Yeah, happy Halloween, guys.
And check out our regular
from the
normal episodes.
The Ghoul and the Goblin.
The Ghoul and the Goblin. Hey, you're not Toby from Labyrinth, are you?
No.
You are. Okay.
Come
all right,
Nikki.
too.
Come to Nikki.
Well, everyone.
Come to Nikki. Ice cream. Cool off while you screw.
Don't eat a custard with your eyes shut.
Trick or treat, you son of a bitch!
Trick or treat, you sons of bitches. Everybody.
Happy Halloween, you guys.
Happy Halloween. Remember, don't be a sucker and always keep it original. That's my original.
Okay, love you, bye.
Love you. Bye-bye.